Atma Vinigraha means Atma here is not pure consciousness. Atma here refers to the little self, not the big self. Self restraint, self control, capacity to control oneself. Meaning, you do not dissipate your sensory perceptions, actions, thoughts, emotions, and all that. You you don't waste it. Unnecessary wasting. See, like for example, one of the wasting methodology is arguments. You go on arguing. By arguing, you don't gain anything. By not arguing, or you're going to get anything. At least you will conserve your energy, because arguments is not going to change the other person. Remember, you see, with logic, you cannot convert anyone, because logic works only when you are convinced. If you are convinced, logic will work. If you are not convinced, no amount of logic will work. So there is no point about logic at all, actually, because what is the point in convincing a person who is already convinced? Hmm? Like one person, was coming and telling me about how great Swamiji was. How great he is. I said, you don't sell to a person who is already sold out. Isn't it? Don't sell. You should go and sell someone who has not bought. I have bought him when you were in your mother's womb. Hmm? And you are coming and telling me how great that man is. What is the point of logic, sir? Logic will work only if you are convinced. Those who are not convinced, no amount of logic you give is going to convince them. So, what is the use of logic? Absolutely no use, actually speaking. What's the point of your arguments? At best, what you can do with arguments is you can shut the other person's mouth. But internally, what is going to be the case? It's not going to change. So, what is the point of you arguing? All the energy that you have, spent to argue is a waste. அதுதான் ஆத்ம வினிகிரக. Means you don't waste your energies. And then the conserved energy, you give it a direction. That is called tapas. You see that? Tapas is you direct your energy for the higher. That's called tapas. But before you can direct it towards the higher, first is you should conserve it from wasting, plugging the holes, unnecessary leakage, everywhere leakage. What's the point of filling the tank? You can fill the overhead tank. Without you using anything, it will be empty. Why? All over there is leakage. This is Atma Vinigraha. He says, this is what? Self-control. What is self-control, sir? Conserving your energy. The Atma Vinigraha. In this, we identify where each one loses their energy maximum. That will vary from person to person. You can't have the same rule for everyone. One person will use in this way, one person will use there, one person, each one have to figure it out. For some it is seeing, for some it is hearing, for some it is smelling, for some it is touching, some it is tasting, some it is feeling, some it is thinking. Unnecessary thinking. All that is what? Your fantasies. You sit and think and think and think. What are you thinking? Are you thinking? Or you are simply wasting energy? So that ability to gain that mastery over thinking. Today our condition is what? When you tell the mind not to move in the direction, it moves. That's opposite of Atma Vinigraha. Today you say, don't think. That's the time it will start thinking. Wet wall, don't touch. First thing you do is what? It's written, no? Huh? It says don't touch. First thing you do is what? You go and touch. No, 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 no. That's the time they'll do. Mind. See, the, the temptation. Be beware of that. Be conscious of it. Atma Vinigraha. Okay. I always want that kusuru. You know, the best portion of this bhaji, pakoda, not the top one. Leftovers, that's the tastiest one. Kusuru. Atma Vinigraha. Kusuru and Nana. Conserve your energy. Today, this mind is running. You're not even aware of the running tendency of the mind. That's not danger. Very dangerous position. You're not even aware of that. Where is it running? You don't even know that. So control that. Controlling your thinking means what? The thinking should move from one level to the next level to the next level. Because the thinking is the lowest category, is impulsive thinking. The thinking so impulsive. The thoughts, impulsive in nature. Next layer is mechanical. It's not impulsive, it is pre-trained. In whatever training it has, it will move in that direction. That's called mechanical thinking. Then comes slightly better than that. That is deliberate. You deliberate over things. Like they say, weigh the pros and cons. You got to weigh the pros and cons before you take up something. You deliberate on something. Superior than that is being spontaneous. The problem is impulsive and spontaneous will look very similar. That's danger. The stuff it is not an issue. No. The spontaneous thinking. The thoughts are so spontaneous. The spontaneity is because of you pre-established in your deliberated thinking. After deliberated a lot, you have arrived at certain understanding, certain knowledge, certain values, certain beliefs, some conviction. Then, as the situation comes, it goes and settles automatic. Like how they, segregate the coins. No, in Tirupati, they segregate coins. Now, how will you segregate it? How many are there? And there is a machine. The moment they put all the coins on machine, there is already a specified holes according to the size of the coin. It will automatically go into those things. Is designed like that. That's called a spontaneous thinking. Your understanding, your knowledge is fixed. You have a clear conviction. So the moment a situation comes, it goes and sits there automatic. You don't have to further. You have to think. What to do, sir? Nothing to be done. Automatic it is, which will appear very similar to impulsivity. What is the difference between impulsive and this? Only difference is there is no prayer deliberation. You see, there's no prayer thinking. Earlier, they have thought about things and are already fixed with certain ideas, which is not even mechanical. Remember, that's why these words are very important. Impulsive, mechanical, deliberate, and spontaneous. Now, Atma Vinigraha is reach to that spontaneous thinking. Right? It's not difficult, but it needs to be worked on. Atma Vinigraha says. Right.
इन्द्रियार्थेषु वैराग्यम् अनहङ्कार एव च जन्म मृत्युजरा व्याधिः दुःखदोषानुदर्शनम् इन्द्रियार्थेषु वैराग्यम् अनहङ्कार एव च जन्म मृत्युजरा व्याधिः दुःखदोषानुदर्शनम्.
Dispassion towards sense objects and also absence of egoism. Perception of pain and evil of birth, disease, old age, and death. In verse 9, he is giving three more qualities: 10, 11, 12. In verse 8, he gave nine qualities. In verse 9, he is giving three qualities. Vairagyam with reference to Indriya Artha. Indriya means senses. Artha is objects. Relevant object. Relevant sense object is called Artha. So, Indriya Artha means sense objects. And Vairagya is opposite of Raga. Vairagya is opposite of Raga. Raga is passion. Opposite of passion is dispassion. So, Indriyarteshu vairagya. Dispassion towards what? Towards the objects of the senses. Towards the sense objects. That's what the translation is. Dispassion towards sense objects. So that's the quality by itself. How do you develop that vairagya? Vairagya can be developed only through viveka. What is the outcome of viveka is vairagya. Viveka is ability to penetrate and understand. It's called viveka shakti. The capacity to understand. For that, he gives other qualities in the same verse, which will facilitate you to do that viveka. Very interesting way of presenting this 20. So this quality of raga is the attachment or the craving that you have towards the sense objects. That's called raga. This anything that gives you in life, which helps you to develop enjoyment or avoiding pain. So we have artha and kama. Or Bhajagoindam, he calls it as kanchana and kamini. Kanchana means gold, wealth, artha, sense objects. Kamini, women. What is it, sir? Enjoyment. Artha kama. So you have a craving or a passionately pursuing artha kama. Vairagya is what? You are not passionately pursuing artha kama. Doesn't mean you do not pursue artha kama. You're all with me? Now catch. Now we think vairagya means you don't do anything. No, that is not vairagya, please. That is sannyasa, which is different. Right? Sannyasa is different. Nyasa, giving up. Sannyasa means completely dropping. That is sannyasa. Vairagya is different. Vairagya is preparation. Vairagya is preliminary. What is it? What is the state in the preliminary? You don't have the craving to pursue. You're not passionate about it. You may have a flair towards something. You may have a preference towards something. You see, having a preference is different. Pursuing something passionately is different. Now, raga means pursuing something passionately. And always raga will come along with dvesha. You see, raga will never come alone. Raga comes with the company. Raga comes along with dvesha, a hatred. Either you pursue something passionately or you hate something vehemently. Vairagya is both are not there. It's called vairagya. You don't pursue something passionate. How do you get it, sir? Through Viveka Shakti only you get it. Through Viveka, what do? You penetrate and understand the what is this raga and what is that dvesha. Certain things when you get joy. Certain things when you are not getting, you have joy. When few people come home, pleasure. Some of them leave your house, pleasure. Ah, you know, PT period, starting is pleasure. Max period, ending is pleasure. Yeah. My max teacher, he said, mathematics people say logic. I said, he told me, he said, logic is unknown. I said, what do you mean? How do you get 4? 3 plus 1, 4. 4 plus 1, 5. 5 plus 1, 6. 6 plus 1, 7. 7 plus 1, 8. Correct? He said, 0 plus how much you will get? 1. 0 plus x, you should get 1, no? So starting in the number system starts with what? 0 or 1? குழப்பாதீங்க சார். Number system starts with 0 or 1? 0, 1, 2, 3 if you write. Even if you say it is starting from 1, from where you got that 1? How you got 1? So something you have to add with 0, no? To get 1. How you got 2? 1 plus 1, 2, sir. Logic. 2, how you got 3? 2 plus 1, 3. Simple, no? He said, mathematics, Allah. Don't say mathematics is logical. We take the first step, because in mathematics only they say, no, if you are wrong in the first step, whatever follows is wrong. Hey, how you got 1? The Viveka Shakti. See, you read. That's where, certain teachers make a tremendous impact. It's not that he didn't teach mathematics properly, please. He teaches beautifully. One of the best teacher. But he also understands what is a gap there. There are certain gaps. You should be able to recognize those gaps. After recognizing those gaps, pursue further. Our problem is what? The moment you see that gap, what you do? Drop it. Or else blindly follow. How? Viveka Shakti. Develop that capacity to see. Not shallow. Remember, you think, but don't think shallow. Most people don't think. Most people don't read. A small minority reads, but their reading is also very superficial and shallow. Naam ke vaste. They are also thinking. You don't go deeper. Yes, Viveka Shakti, when it goes deeper, as a consequence of that, automatically you will get Vairagya. It will lead to Vairagya automatically. How do you get it there? Viveka. What is Viveka, sir? Ability to have that penetrative thinking. When you do this penetrative thinking with reference to what you are pursuing, what you are so convinced about, what you like the most, what you are passionate about, think a little. You will realize, are you really passionate about it? Hmm? One variation there, all your passion will go. One simple change is enough. Your interest will completely go. Now, what is the consequence of that passion? Passionate pursuit of your likes and dislikes. Raga Dvesha. Raga Dvesha means likes and dislikes. Whatever you get, what is the nature of that? You're pursuing something with a belief of something, right? You're pursuing something, believing that it is going to give you something, and you are interested in that something. Correct. What are you interested in? You are pursuing wealth with the belief that wealth is going to give you some protection, right? Some security. Yeah. And you genuinely feel that also. Isn't it? In your own experience, when you have wealth, when you are not having wealth at your disposal, the feeling is different, right? The sense of confidence that you have when you have wealth vis-a-vis when you are not having wealth. Let the quantum be any amount, it doesn't matter. I'm not talking about the quantum, please. Right? It's not the quantum. Because if you are confident that, sir, even 10,000 rupees is more than enough, living happy lives at 10,000 rupees, enough. I have heard a lot of people telling me that. Those days, just, 10,000 rupees we used to get. Acha life we used to have. Then why did you work hard to earn more money? You should have stopped then only, no? Is it not? If you are really that happy with 10,000 rupees those days, then why did you work hard to increase that? You should not have worked. But you work. What is the meaning of that? What it means is, if 10,000 can give this much of confidence, this much of security, 50,000, 5 lakhs, 5 crores, Allah. That belief, that notion is what is the foundation for your raga dvesha. Your raga dvesha, you work it out. Because vairagya, he is discussing only about your raga directly first. So when you say wealth I am pursuing, and most of us believe that we are not passionate about wealth, particularly when you start studying Vedanta, you will genuinely think, we are not, sir. We are all, people outside, they are all. But in the classroom, at least your students are not like that. No matter whoever you are. So long as you are pursuing that, what is it? First problem of this raga is what? Whatever you get, you will never experience that tripti, that satiation. Enough. You should be forced to retire, either government or doctor. One more day you go, you will die. Till then, what do you do? That's why two fellows will never retire: businessman, politician. They will not retire. They will die in the seat. They don't die in the office, hospital. The chair they have to die. They just can't retire. Why? There's no trupti. You will never get that. You know, got something. Be with it. That's enough, man. That enough will never be. Like Mullah Nazruddin, beautiful story of this. He had a begging bowl, and he used to go to every house to beg, and everyone would come and pour into that wheat flour, or somebody will give rice, somebody will give dal. Anything they put inside, no, it will swallow the whole thing. It will become empty. It gets empty. It gets empty, and that became such a magical one. So the Sultan called to see that. So he also brought one bag of rice, puts inside. It looks like it's filled up, and it goes off. He said, "What sort of?" Because they are searching inside Allah, they are searching. Nothing is there. All there's no hole there. There's nothing there. Or has he fixed anything there? Nothing of that. It's just a bowl. I say, what is this? From where you got it? I don't know. I just found it on the way I brought it. And it looked very nice. So I was using it. But then I don't know what is it made up of. But one thing I'm sure about this. What is it? It must be human skull. Yeah. Never enough. How much ever you push inside, it will appear as though it is filled. The trupti, you'll never get. Any passionate pursuit of yours, you will never be satiated with that. Impossible. You passionately pursue knowledge also, you will not be satisfied with any knowledge. That's what he is asking. Atma Vinigraha. Next quality he gives. Any amount of explanation given, little more, little more, little more, little more. Atrupti. The trupti you will never get. Raga. So with Viveka, when you understand that, how can you pursue that with passion after that? Automatically it will get picked off. The moment you drop that raga, first thing you gain is what? Trupti. You get that satisfaction. You are so satisfied with whatever you have. No matter what you have. You are so satisfied. Oh, sir, with satisfaction, can we go and pursue more? Your raga has got a backdoor entry. Not danger. Yes.
How will we relate to the previous quality? This is the discrimination.
Don't relate. See, these 20 qualities, you don't make connections. If I make connections, keep it. You don't try on that. I am not connected. So don't connect. I'm just giving an example of what happened. That's all it is. More than that, it has no direct connection. Because when we go to the 12th quality, I will make a connection. Right? How do you get that vairagya? How do you get it, sir? When you understand the 12th quality, Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadhi, Dukkha, Dosha, Anudarshana. One line, one quality. You see, that you make a connection. When you understand that quality, you will have a penetrative thinking. As a result of that penetrative thinking, you will understand what is the consequences of your pursuit of raga, how passionately you are pursuing, how convinced you are about it. That's the best part of it. You are so convinced. So what is Viveka? First Vivekam is to understand that pursuit of passion leads to discontentment, dissatisfaction. You will never be satiated or satisfied. One. Second problem is anything you pursue passionately, get it. Whatever you have got out of your passionate pursuit, no choice but to be bound by that. It leads to what? Bondage. Anything that you have attained, anything that you have achieved becomes your bondage. So he says, you start a business, you get attached. You get married, you get attached. You produce a child, you get attached. Then you go and join one club, you get attached. And then you go and, attend a class, you get attached to the teacher. Wherever you go, no matter what you do, doesn't make any difference. Anywhere you go, anything that you have achieved, anything that you have created, anything that you have produced, attained, instantly what happens? You get bound by that. It leads to bondage. The nature of it is bondage. Once you are used to a car, two-wheeler is not possible. After that, you can't go in two-wheeler. Once you are used to going in a big car, small car is not possible. Once you are used to traveling by flight, train, no. Once you are used to traveling in business class, then economy classes, same flight. That's called bandha. That's called bondage. Now, whatever you have conceived once as luxury, what you thought would have been a luxury, sir. Imagine what amazing, no? Imagine cordless phone in somebody's house. If they were to have a cordless phone, means landline only, but they can speak walking inside the house. God, amazing, no? Imagine you can walk outside and talk. Unbelievable. Even Mysore Maharaja wouldn't have had that much of facility. Aurangzeb, wife was wife was pregnant. She was about to deliver, and the king is moved to Agra. He's in Agra. The queen is in Delhi. She delivered. Is the delivery happened or not? Should be communicated to Aurangzeb. How to do that? He wants that information to come to him at the earliest. How to communicate? Vanjay will take a horse and go. However faster we go. He says, no, I want faster than that. Because it will take 4 hours. A horse, even if you come, it will take 4 hours for you to reach there. So, not enough. I want something faster than that. So, what they did was, they kept a drum beating. The drum every 200 meters. So, as soon as the delivery happened, drum there, drum, reaches. And the moment it reaches, they say, oh, delivered a boy or girl? Delivery, first question you ask is what? Boy or girl? Right? No, he didn't knew that. Delivery happened, correct. Boy or girl, we don't know, no. Even Aurangzeb did not have that luxury. You know that, no? His kingdom was so huge, he was ruling almost 80% of India. Still, for him to know whether he got a boy or girl, what comfort we have now. The moment you get anything which is comfortable to you, what you thought as comfort, luxury, will become a necessity to you. Remember, it's not according to somebody else, please. According to you, what you would have thought as comfort, luxury, becomes a necessity. This is called bondage. Get it? What is the consequence? Consequence is this. Second consequence. First consequence, whatever you get, you are not going to be satisfied. Whatever you get will cause bondage. You get bound to it. Once you get bound to it, that's it. After that, your life is finished. Now, I don't have to explain to you what happens after bondage and all that. Right? Bondage, now you should understand. It's slavery. Bondage, when you become a slave to it, means you can't be normal without it. That's called bondage. You cannot be normal. You can't be restful. You can't be peaceful without it. So once this becomes a necessity, then you will conceive something else to be luxury. That's. Then what happens? You go there. Again, that becomes a bondage. Again, this becomes everything. Anywhere you go, no matter where you go, what you do. One thing is for sure. What is it, sir? Atrupti and bandha. See. Then there is a third problem. Sir, let it give bandha. So what? What is your problem? I am happy in that bondage. What is your issue? What is your issue, man? The problem is whatever tripti that you are experiencing temporarily also will be viewed. Why? Anityam. It doesn't have a long standing. The shelf life of the joy, that security, that contentment, that fulfillment, that happiness, peace experienced by you is temporary. And for that temporary, the price that you pay is heavy price. And the moment you see that is slipping away from your hands, but the price that you have paid is the same. Price is not going to change. The price you have paid is the same thing. For you to derive the joy, because so much of effort you have to put in to acquire something. See, more the effort you put in to acquire something, more you believe that the pleasure content in that is going to be more joy. The joy of a student who has studied, struggled, and got marks vis-a-vis a person who copied and got marks. Who is happy? Both are happy, no doubt. But who will be more happier? Who has that satisfaction more? The one who has struggled alone will have the satisfaction more. The copied one will not have it. Wow, that's it. Relief, not joy. The joy that is there with you is so fleeting. Again, what happens? When it slips away, can you hold it? Not possible. Can you control that? You can't control it. Even the joy that you are experiencing during that temporary period is so conditional. That's why it slips. It's not unconditional. It is conditional. Because for every object to give you joy, pleasure to be derived from that object should be available, no? If the object is not there, how will you derive joy out of it? Sir, I am so passionate about mangoes, but mango is not there. What to do now? Sir, but mango is there. Right. But I am not in a good frame of mind. Then what happens? Child is in the hospital and that fellow brings Alfonso mango and says, you should try this here. Huh? What you will do? Because I can't say wife example. Earlier I used to give that. Wife example kudala kuduga sir. Can you enjoy? Why? Because your mind is not in the right frame for you to contact and enjoy. Object is there. Your mind is also in a good frame. But doctor had said, sugar 320. Looking mango allowed from a distance. Smelling kuda kadayadu. If you smell mango also, it will trigger sugar in you. What you will do now? Object is there. Mind is also in a good frame. Yeah, it is available. But the instrument which is supposed to be contacting that and extracting pleasure out of it, that instrument is gone. Now, all these three should come together for you to derive pleasure out of that object which you have struggled so much and got. How much chances are there for you to get all that to be there all the time? Impossible. So therefore, what is going to be the case? You will never be able to get it. Why? Anything. Why anything? All this is changing. Instrument is changing, mind is changing, object is changing. If everything is changing constantly, then how are you going to have a contact established? The contact happens, one is not there, now out. Any one factor is not there, finished. So essentially, what is this raga giving you? Hmm? ராகானாலே ப்ராப்ளம் தான் நினைக்கிறேன். Be reading newspaper, no? Raga, raga, everywhere they say raga, raga. I say, what is this raga, raga? Kalyaniya Kambodiya, Rahul Gandhi. For me, raga means first thought comes to me is Karagar Priya Raga, correct. Ilana passion. Times of India says. Raga says. Without vairagya, right, life is very difficult. Yes.
Sir, in the field of excellence or performance, so let's say, only if you have passion, only if there are players passion, you will perform well or better. So here, I think what we are looking to is this passion towards sense of. That's the difference. Otherwise, in field of action.
Anywhere, even in field of action, if you are passionate, you will not. If you are passionate, you will never achieve. You may think, oh, they are very passionate. They are just using the words without defining what's the meaning they are giving to it. Is passion any less? No. It's not just that passion, please. It is their commitment. When they use the word passion, the meaning is commitment, not just interest. So passionate. No, not that. Our problem is you can be committed only if you are passionate. Where there is no passion, there is no commitment. You see that? You are committed to keep your body fit so long as you have a market. Correct? You look at all those players, when they are playing, look at their fitness. Just 1 year later, you see them. What happens to their fitness? Gone completely. The moment they stop playing, whatever level, if they are playing at Ranji level, at Ranji level. If they are playing at, the state. If they are playing for the national team. The moment they stop there, see what happens to their fitness. So their passion is towards fitness, or their passion is to play cricket. Their passion is to do that action. If doing that action is the passion, he can continue keep playing. No. Do they go for net practice after announcing retirement? Anybody? Nobody comes to the net practice. Why? For what? Now he says, for what I have to, but before that he says what? I am so passionate about cricket. If you are so passionate about cricket, even after retirement, announcing your retirement, you should go for net practice. Correct? They don't do. No. Casually they'll come to the net practice just to motivate others. He comes, sir, we'll take an autograph from you. That's also for how long? Gundappa Vishwanath, Syed Kirmani, right? Krishnamachari Srikanth. I'm talking about my time. Passionate. Now Srikanth is sitting next to me. Say, hello. Not all. More than that, nothing. Imagine Virat Kohli were to be sitting. What is going to be the condition for Virat Kohli after 50 years? Hmm? 50 years later, what is going to be the condition of him? Will he still exercise? Huh? Will he still go for practice? So I want to perfect that, straight drive. Uppercut, sir, it's not coming. New way of hitting. Uppercut. Helicopter shot this fellows. I've never done that helicopter shot. Let me learn now. Will he learn a new stroke after retirement? So when he says, I'm passionate about cricket, is he passionate about the game? If he is passionate about the game, what he should be doing? Sir, whether I am playing or I am not playing, whether I am getting selected or I am not getting selected, doesn't make a difference. I am interested in the game. Learning the game or playing the game. I'm interested in playing the game, not learning the game. But then he has a tremendous commitment to learning. Why? Because of playing. The moment playing stops, this also goes no. So when we say passion, is passion going to be there with you right through? Success is not because of passion. Remember, success is not going to achieve in any field. It's not out of your passion. In fact, passion is a deterrent. Passion works like a booster, fertilizer. For a short period of time, it shoots up. Because it shoots up for a short period of time, in the long run, it destroys completely the capacity for the soil. That is why now everyone has started talking about organic. Hey, that is how we have been growing, no? Swaminathan, before Swaminathan, Green Revolution. Before him, how we were all doing cultivation? Organic only, no? Huh? Unnecessarily, we introduce fertilizer. And I say unnecessary, today we claim that. Okay. At that point of time, that was because lack of, not enough. Whatever is produced is not enough. How to boost? That was a requirement at that time. Okay. But don't take me wrong, please. Fertilizer is a problem today, we are saying. Isn't it? Fertilizers have killed the soil, its capacity to produce. So what we have to do? Leave it alone. Don't have that fertilizer. Passion is like that. Passion boosts, but it doesn't build. Do you want a booster or you want to build? And today we are all in such a hurry. He says, Allah, we'll see later. First, let's boost. First, let's get it and then discuss about other things. Vedanta says it doesn't work. Faster you go, sooner you get exhausted completely. You can't call it a success. They ask, sir, what is your opinion about, recession? Which recession? Because every 10 years we are saying recession. Then are you growing? And now there's a new economic theory. Recession should be there, sir. Recession should be there. It's a necessity. Very interesting. Amazing thinkers. You see. Economists. Now the economists, they say recession is a necessity. But then if he has invested money in those companies, then will he say, yes, sir, loss are not necessary, sir. When your company goes through a loss, will he take the same position and say, correct, sir. See, unless there is a loss, will not grow. Next level we cannot go, sir. Therefore, what is it? It's good that we had a loss. Have you ever seen any company saying that? Any CEO saying? Huh? But then we talk about theorization wise, we say what? Theoretically, everybody says what? Sir, recession should be there, no? It's good for economy actually to have. But it should be controlled, that's all it is. See, inflation should be there. 3 to 4.5% inflation is good. Anything more than that only bad. So controlled inflation should be there. What are we saying? Every week, one day, your body will shut down. 6 days it will work, sir. Controlled. One week, one part of your body will give up. 1 week kidney will say, I'm going to rest. Imagine 5% of your kidney not working, 5% of your heart not working, 5% of your brain not working. As it is not working. Huh? Yeah, 5% is not working every week. What will happen? You say, when we are factoring in things, we have to take it as a things without adding any of your subjectivity in that. Your ability to deal with the world minus subjective. That's called viraga. The capacity. If viveka is not going to give you that, if viveka is not going to help you, sir, viveka development itself takes a long time. So till then, how do you develop that vairagya? That's why the scriptures has given a method. Start living your life in a disciplined manner. Disciplined manner, live your life. Live your life in a disciplined manner, in a dharmic way. Right? Disciplined doesn't mean, I will steal only 5%. You know that, no? The robbers, they have that tendency. They will never wipe the whole thing out. You know that? Professional thieves. Amateur Fulana will take the whole thing. Professional thieves will leave 10 rupees there. 10 rupees, 100 rupees, something they will leave and go. They will never take out, make it empty. Why? That little will be there so that it will multiply. Next time we can come and take. It will leave. So when you are having, it's not discipline, please. Disciplined life, like a lot of us also. Sir, I take only, 2 picks. Very disciplined, sir. 2 pig தான் sir. Every night. Obviously, I'm so tired when I come back from office. Just 2 pigs. Is that wrong? I have. That will not give you, vairagya, please. That is not discipline. The disciplined life should be in a dharmic way. In a dharmic way, when you live, when you contact is allowed. So disciplined, dharmic contact. Slowly you will be able to develop that vairagya towards it. Along with that, he gives anahankar. No ahankar, no ego. Absence of egoism. Ahankara plus an. Its prefix. An means non. The prefix an means non. No egoism. No ego. It's called absence of egoism. Don't have that ego. Ego has 2 aspects. One is the fundamental ego. Another one is the manifestation of that ego. You see, one is the fundamental one, fundamental ego. The fundamental ego is the notion of I am. That understanding of I am, the delusive understanding which gives rise to a belief that I own the upadhis, the equipments. That's ego. Ego, don't take it as arrogance. Right? Ego is not arrogance here in this context. Ahankara can be taken as arrogance also. But in this context, it's not arrogance, please. It is far subtler than that. The very delusive notion that I own, I am the owner of this body. That's why we say my body, my mind, my intellect. That arrogating tendency, that ownership attitude, that which believes these things are owned by something, no? That something is what we are calling as ego. Something in you keeps claiming, this is owned by me. What is owned by you? Body. My body is. It's not your body, please. This body has been given to you. It's not yours. It's given for a temporary period of time. Like you take, lease, no? Lease house, rental house. When you take a house for a rent, is it your house? But whenever you ask address, what is your address? You give that address only. But when I ask you, oh, that's your place, is it? You say, no, sir, this is not owned by you. I'm rental here. I'm not the owner. I'm a tenant. Same way, the body is not yours. Body is given to you. Why this body is given to you? Only to exhaust your karma. You have your own karma, your own prarabdha is there. That prarabdha you got to exhaust. To exhaust that prarabdha, you need a body. That body has been given to you. Using this body, you are supposed to exhaust your prarabdha. After the exhaustion of your prarabdha karmas, all that, once you have completed those things, what will happen? the body will be taken back from you. It's not yours. It's not your own, please. You are not the owner. You are only the user. You can use the body, but you cannot own the body. You can use the mind. You cannot own it. You can use the intellect. You cannot own it. But then there is a notion that you carry that it is owned by me. That's ego. A jnani is one who understands I'm not the owner, I'm only the user. So let me use it effectively. Let me use it to the purpose for which I have ordered this use for that, and then return it thankfully. You see, you return the house. How do you give it back, sir? When the house is given to you on a rent, first thing they do is what? Paint it and give. When you go, also, what are you supposed to do? Paint it and go. Or else give the money to do the painting, whatever you have to. But you have to return it in a good condition. But you can use it. You are allowed to use. When you are there, that's yours, almost as good as yours. But then one part of you knows very well that it is not owned. It's not owner, man. I'm just okay, I've taken a long lease. Only difference is what? These lease, you will have a stipulated time. Here, lease end period is not known to the tenant. One day, suddenly the owner will come and say, pack your bags and get out. Even if you say no, he's like a gunda, throw you out. So you better be careful. So absence of egoism, the fundamental ego is the sense of owning the equipments, arrogating that to myself. It's not there. Second one is that has a specific expression. The particular expression of that is of three types. Don't equate it to body, mind, intellect, please. Okay? This manifestation. Manifestation has three. What are the three expressions of ego? The first expression of ego is I am supreme. First expression, I am supreme. I alone exist. Only me. First, let me go. Then, others can come. You will never give way to another person. On the road, only I should exist. Nobody should exist on the road. That's why we say, if a person were to be driving faster than you, you call that person as rash driver. If someone were to be driving so slower than you, lousy driver. So how you decide everything? Everything is decided only based on how I am driving today. Today I am driving at 60, everybody should drive at 60. Today I decide to drive at 40, everybody should drive 40. When I have decided to drive at 40, one fellow drives at 60, I'll call him as what? Hurry. A fellow, when I'm driving 60, when one fellow drives 40, I'll say, why these guys come onto the road, man? Get out. These guys should go and learn properly on the ground and then come onto the road. I alone exist. And I am the doer of all actions. I am supreme. I alone exist. I am the doer. This is the manifestation of ego. Absence of egoism is He doesn't feel that he is the supreme, he alone exists, and is the doer. Absence of egoism. Right. See you next class.